Hi everyone, this is your girl Sunshine. Welcome to my channel. Just a little bit about me. If you don't know, I am an empath, so I base my readings on energy, not always the traditional meaning of the cards, the tarot cards. Now, if you have been led to my video, that means that there is a message in here for you. It may not necessarily be the whole video. Sometimes it could just be just a little part of it. Also keep in mind that because this is a general reading, that it will not resonate with everyone. Now, the title of the reading is the question that I do ask Spirit. You'll hear me say Spirit or Universe in regards to the question. Now, any person or thing that you are thinking is related to the title and you are led to the message, that is the message for you. Okay, let's get started. Now, the question I'm asking today is, can I trust them? Okay, just keep in mind that this could be anyone that you feel as if you want to ask this question for. Now, I know the title is Can I Trust Them? But what I get that from is, can I trust myself? Maybe this will be changing the title. In regards to that, like, sometimes we can hear a negative voice in our head and we could think that we are believing a truth that may not be an actual truth, and we could be analyzing the situation differently. Now, I do see that when you do trust yourself, that you will have this happiness that you seek. Once you come into more of your power, you're at the beginning stages. Cups have to do with heart. It's about trusting your heart. Trusting your heart will lead you to the situation where your money situation, your structure, your business, that whole category is going to be successful if you trust what's in your heart. So it's about trusting yourself, about knowing, what do I want? What is going to actually make me happy and give me my sense of happiness? And you'll get your you'll get your 10 of Pentacles out of it. You'll get your success and your money, but you have to trust yourself first. You will become the queen. You will have the passion and the drive of it, and you'll get the balance and the clarity, and you'll get down your path once you trust yourself. Once you trust yourself. Now, I also want to pull from your Work Your Light oracle cards. I do want to pull from here just to get a little bit more information. I know some people may want to know the actual cards. I did get the Page of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Temperance, the Sun. I've also got the Unbound and the Align Your Life cards. I will be reading the traditional meaning of each of these cards. These are such beautiful cards. I love the messages that you can get out of these cards. Anything else collective needs to know? May not be reading all of them because it ended up being a long video. Now, the first oracle card is the Unbound. Now it says, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So this is the activation card. Her deck, they have different categories, basically different suits. You have the confirmation cards, inquiry cards, action cards, activation cards, and transformation. So this one is actually an activation card. And it says, it is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence, or chastity, or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of past lives. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a sole fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to be softened by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind the old ways of being that are no longer suitable. So, back to what I was saying about trusting yourself and following your heart. These old situations that you have put in your mind from childhood, maybe from past lives, these things that hold you back from having your son, riding off into the sun, into the sunset, of having your situation. These things that keep reoccurring in your mind is what is holding you back from achieving your Ten of Pentacles and becoming this Queen of Wands with all this passion and drive. You have to have more balance. You see, if you look at the Temperance card, you can see she's very balanced. She has one foot in, one foot out. She's, putting the water back and forth between the cups. She's managing her heart. She's at peace. And it's just everything is just beautiful on the card. Everything's set, everything's fine, everything's calm and relaxed. But you have to go to the stages of going in and be like, what stories am I telling myself that is holding me back from having this Ten of Pentacles? About trusting yourself, trusting that, be able to identify between ego and yourself. Ego tells you, you can't do this, you're too tired, you work too hard, why does it have to be me? Ego tells you all of that. The true you says, you know what? If no one does it, I'm never going to get to that situation. I have to do it for myself. I have to do it now. And that means sometimes, actually majority of the time, sacrifice. You're sacrificing something, but think about it. Are you sacrificing something that is going to help you later down the line? Or are you sacrificing something that is going to hinder you down the line? So it's about trusting yourself, cutting these thoughts, situation patterns, things that you're holding on, maybe from childhood. There's a lot of traumatic things that can happen that you can hold on, that can make you be a certain character today. Those things need to stop if you want to have the success of having the Ten of Pentacles in that situation. Now, this card actually, because of the activation card, I'm going to read a little prayer. Now, it would be good if you could rewind the video and maybe play it for yourself so you can say it out loud too. But I'll try my best to send the message out to you, whoever's watching. To whoever is watching, please help them release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who they came here to be in this present time. Help them carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but help them no longer choose to live the same story. May they be unbounded, forever unbounded. That's a beautiful card. Now, the next card is Align Your Life. What is not aligned or needs to change? So what I get from this card is your thoughts aligning with the intentions of this dream, this sunset, this happiness, that end goal, that when you wake up in the morning, you're like, I don't want to go to work, and you're like, I'd rather be doing this. Does the things that you're doing align with what you really want, your actual dream? Let's see what the card means. So this is an inquiry card. So align your life. Page 34. So what in your life is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? We are cycle beings in a constant state of change, of evolution, of growth. Change in one of the only centuries of life. When you resist your cycle nature, you resist life and feel stuck. Many of us have learned to be who the world wants us to be. Whew, there's some power in that sentence. I felt that. But there comes a time when it is harder to hold on to this facade than it is to embrace who you truly are. And I was doing a reading yesterday for a friend of mine, and in her situation, there was a lot of times that came up in the reading was, what am I saying yes to that I should be saying no to? Because if you see here, it's just like you're holding on to this facade than embracing who you truly are. Who are you pretending to be? Look at that. If you look at that card, look at her face shattered. The sadness, the cracks. It's a very blue. A lot of times it's represented for like, could be for feeling sad and stuff like that. And like shattered. And what you see from here is you gotta break out of this illusion of who you are, showing the world that you are, and be who you really are. Break this facade. If you look at the color difference, this color is more vibrant, and pieces that are shattered, it's more discolored. Break free of this illusion that you're showing the world that you are, and be who you really want to be. Trust in your heart. Believe that you can get there with yourself, with your own intuition, and tapping into yourself and deep down and really figuring out what it is that I want. What is going to make me happy? Not your family, not your friends, not your boss. What is going to make you happy? If you took away, yes, I want my family to be happy. Yes, I want this for them, this person, that. Take away all that. What if all that was safe and fine, and you had to make a wish of what would bring you your happiness? What would that be? Where is your passion? Now it continues to say, to surrender to how we have changed and align life to the way of being. If this card is pulled, you are being called to let go of who you once were. Cutting the old. Or the things that you once defined yourself to be. Who are you saying that you are to the world? The job, the relationship, and the mask you wore, and to embrace who you truly are now. It's time to let go of the old and start with the new, and trusting yourself and going down the path, trusting in who you believe in, universe, spirit, God, whoever you believe in. Understand that they are there to guide you and help you. To courageous steps into the person that you came here to be, in a full authenticity. To embrace your weirdness and your uniqueness. Now, I'm a type of person where I'm very outgoing, and a lot of times I will stand out because I embrace my weirdness, my uniqueness. If someone says, oh, you did this or you did that, I'm like, yeah, so what? That's who I am. You know, this is who I am. If I like singing random weird songs, I'm gonna do it. That's just who I am. And you choose to accept me for who I am or not. But in this day and age, and with social media and all this things, you get so trapped in, I have to be this, I have to be this, I have to be this. Why do you have to be that? Be who you are. What naturally impulses you to be. Stop with this mask, this face. Really. Perhaps you have outgrown some relationships, or some circumstances, and it's time to release and begin all the parts of your life into alignment so that they are contingent with who you truly are today. And there's a question here where it says, what in your life is not aligned or needs to change? Remember, alignment is not also, it's also about your thoughts, aligning your thoughts, believing in yourself, and trusting your heart, and trusting it will lead you to what you want. But you have to break through this facade, unbound yourself from these attachments. Even if you see in the unbounded card, you see all those strings that are just cords and just holding the person back, and their light is being held. You see. Now the next card is Sisterhood of the Rose. It says beauty and devotion, priestess, mystical, teacher. Now let's see the meaning of that card. Sister. So this is the activation card. So it says the Sisterhood of the Rose is a lineage of priestess and mystics who devote their lives to serving humanity and seeding light consciousness all over the earth. A cross-section of ancient lineage is the path of devotion and beauty. Walking this path means devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. So, I'm going to repeat that. Walking this path means being devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. And I feel one of the most beautiful things that you can see is people is when they are being who they are. Well, I mean, if you're going around killing people and being that, okay, there's no beauty in that. But I mean, like, being the genuine, happy, true person that they are. It's very beautiful. And when you step into that power, you will see it. You may, I'm not saying that you haven't. There's some people that may be watching that have. It's time to level up, go on to the next level. Everyone is at the stage of where they are in their path in life, and this is just another saying, hey, you made it this far doing this, but this stuff is no longer serving you, and you have to start serving something that is aligned with who you truly are, and it will lead you to the happiness once you continue to go in and trust yourself. Meditations is very powerful. You should try meditating if you do not meditate. If you don't like meditating, try yoga. It's almost along the lines of the same thing with the whole breathing, and it can give you some clarity. So I would say try that out at least, if anything. Now it says the rose, which is at the bottom here. It says the rose symbolizes the heart and the sacred geometry of all life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you, particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. And that's all about tapping in and being one with yourself. If you see this person has their hands clutched and you see the light coming through, and you can just see like these are rocks in a sense behind you, and I almost feel that these are your ancestors behind you helping you. You are being called to spend more time in nature, as all the ancient secrets live there. Mother Earth is constantly whispering. Spend time admiring her creations, and you will be rewarded with insight and grace. You are being called to take a little more time to both notice the beauty that exists all around you and contribute to the beauty of the world in your own way too. This could be through your own creations or in the little things like how you dress to picking flowers for your home. Every time you devote your time to creating beauty, you harmonize the planet a little more and shift in a vibration that can be felt. When you change who you are, a lot of times people don't realize the significance of how much power they have, how much, you smiling at another person could make such a difference to that person's whole day. Sometimes that smile is something they needed. A lot of times if I pass by someone, I'm like, oh, in my head, I'll be like, oh, I like their jacket. I actually will say it out loud to them. It's not going to cost me anything. I'm not lying because I've already thought about it and I felt it. And it could just make that person's day. And it's a little thing that you could do. And the way that the law of attraction in the universe works shows you that when you put that out, you get that back. Now, it says to surround yourself with beauty and create beauty wherever you go. Now, the last card is Inner Temple, and it says devotion, tune in to that portal of your heart. Now, I'm not going to read this card because I already see this about 30 minutes, and I still wanted to grab some affirmation cards. Now, so for this one, it's the same thing that I've been saying this entire reading. Trust yourself. Go inner, tap in, tune into the true person that you are. Get to that place, and you will have your abundance, and you'll have your happiness. Trust yourself. And the only way to trust yourself is knowing who you are. Finding out who you are, you have to tap in, you have to meditate, you have to do yoga. Just get into that spot of where you can see that happiness within yourself. Okay, this was at the bottom of the deck. Card down. So those cards were by Rebecca Campbell, and the cards I was using earlier were the Rider Tarot deck. Now I'm going to use the Law of Attraction cards by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Some people may know Esther as Abraham. Call on my guides to please give the most intuitive message for whomever is watching. What is the words that they need to hear that will help them down their next chapter, their next journey? What is the message that they need to hear that is going to help them? I feel like that one. and it's a number 5. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull that one card just because 30 minutes already. I know I don't like watching long videos. So the card I got is 5. Okay, you see here. 5 is about change. Now, it could be good, it could be bad. It's about change. Okay, you'll take it as it is, how it resonates. Now, the card is my thought manifestations. Enjoy a buffer of time. Okay, there's a little girl and she's running. A lot of blues. There's a lot of blues. Back to the blue from here. Blues very stand out a lot in this reading I found. Now on the back of the card, it says, in an attraction-based universe, there is no such thing as no. Your attention to it says yes to it. In your physical reality, things do not manifest instantly, for there is a wonderful buffer of time that gives you the opportunity to redirect your action more towards what you do want to experience. So it was back to this card of the unbound, back to the same thing of what are the things that you're telling yourself that is keeping you from this true happiness of you believing in your heart? What are the things that are you telling yourself that's keeping you in this illusion of having to be this facade, wear this mask in front of everyone instead of tapping into who you truly are and truly want to be? You need to devote to yourself. You've been devoting to so many people. It's time to devote to yourself and understand that the manifestations that you are thinking, the thoughts, the patterns, the words, everything that you are saying and being brings it back to you in the universe. But it has a buffering period. It's trying to let you know that if you say a negative thing, you still have time to change that vibration that you're bringing. If you do another thing, you still have time to change the vibration of what you were doing. Okay? It talks about, for there is a wonderful buffer of time. All right. I hope you liked that reading. I hope this reading resonated with someone. Then my job is done. All right. Thank you. And I will see you next time. Bye.